weapons fire yet. Let's fly up underneath it. Full speed, full speed. Holy crap! Holy shit. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Captain Shaq here, and welcome to Space Engineers, another build spotlight. This is an older build on the workshop made by Venator 2070, but it's pretty damn impressive. Now, a few of the mods are missing. They're broken off the build, so if you go and try it yourself, you may find a couple of issues. I recommend copying and pasting it, and it'll run a lot better. But this is, for those who don't recognize it immediately, the Subjugator-class heavy cruiser. This right here is the Malevolence. It's monstrously large for a space engineering build, and it's really surprising that SC is running so well with this going. Now, what made this ship special was not only is it monstrous and it can sustain functions while being blasted by Venators, which they actually did in the series. This was in the first season of the Clone Wars series. But it has two mega weapons on the port and starboard side, not counting, and I love that he's represented this in the build, all of the turbo lasers that it's got. I think it's like somewhere around 500 is what the wiki says. It's monstrously large. But not only that, he's actually done the interior of this based on some of the cutaway books that are out there. And some of the systems, like if I go ahead and clip through the ship here, let's go through the maw of weapons, you may recognize some of the interiors, particularly the bridge section, which is right here. Here we go, we can walk around the bridge a little bit. He's actually got the bridge section in here. He's even got some mood lighting. You can go red alert all on here and flip a couple of the buttons and it'll change what it looks like on the inside. You can run the timer blocks. They're shut down right now just to get a little bit more FPS out of this for our future testings. But you can run the timer blocks and actually see how much damage you've taken. We will not be running that because by the end of this episode, we're gonna light this baby like a candle on the 4th of July. What else we've got? Well, there's another section that is back here, and you'll recognize this from Obi-Wan and let's see if I can find where it is exactly in the ship. We need to go into the main superstructure. There she is. Obi-Wan and Grievous had a lightsaber fight in this section. This is the train section where the ship is so large that to move supplies, to move the 50,000 or so battle droids that are on the inside of it around, they actually had to install a train system, and this is how they represented it. Now, we've heard about, you know, trains and other types of these like elevator systems that they've used in Star Wars. This was one of the first times we've actually seen it in an animated series. It's really freaking cool. I love that they've actually got this fleshed out. The claim to claim for this ship, though, was, of course, the ion cannons. The way this ship worked is it would sit outside of the firing range of a Republic fleet and blast out a donut-shaped, round energy ion blast. That anything it would hit, it would shut down. So it could fire outside of the range of a Venator battle group, and that's exactly what it did in the series, shut down the group, and then it would move into firing range and open up with its more conventional weaponry. There's nothing they could do. Shields would be out, defenses would be out, and it would rip them apart. It's actually a pretty hardcore and a little depressing episode with Plo Koon running that battle group. Eventually, though, Anakin Skywalker, leading a group of bombers, manages to ambush it coming out of a nebula, getting close enough to it to open fire on, sadly not the objective, which was taking out the bridge and taking out Grievous, but opening up on the superstructure of the ion cannons, and which overloaded because they were about to fire at, like, I think it was a medical station, if I remember right. Anyways, today's test, though, is actually taking a ship like this, putting Space Engineers to the limit, and testing a mod that I haven't really been messed with in a long time. It was a bit buggy last time I tried. Are we still on the bridge? We are. Was the atmospheric friction mod, which, depending on how fast you're going, you'll start burning up the hull of your ship. Now, this build is really, really maneuverable, and the reason that I've decided to do this test instead of, say, get this thing into combat against a couple of Venators is that, well, she's not balanced for combat. The weapon systems that she's running aren't ones that have been upgraded in a very long time, so anything that we throw it against is kind of pointless. So I thought this would be fun. Let's go ahead and kick on our engines and start getting accelerated. The map this build comes with already has an uncapper for the speed build. We're gonna try to go right off the atmosphere. We don't wanna go too far in. We will also, let's go ahead and shut down the shield systems. Shields. I think this is also running an older version of the shield mod, but shutting down the shields. And we'll see how well this works. Now, I accidentally did this earlier when I was just having fun with the speed the speed mod, and I had this thing going up to like 600 meters a second, and I touched the atmosphere, and the effect was amazing looking. So now I want to properly test it. It's like, well, if we're doing this, we're recording it. So here we go. Turn off our, here's what it looks like on the interior. I can start up the scripts. I don't know if they'll work. These might be older versions of it, but we'll start them up and see if they update. It doesn't look like the damage screens are updating. You can see them on the port and starboard side there. Here we go. Probably coming in a little bit too hot. Let's slow down a bit. Let's go in about 600 meters a second to the atmosphere. We're 4,500 meters above the ground and closing fast. Oh, I don't know. I blew up a lot of droid stuff on my channel now that I think about it, with Republic of War just coming to an end. All right, here we go. Coming into the atmosphere. Now, heat levels are rising. We're starting to see that smoke. Okay, we're starting to hit the deck way faster than planned. Inertial dampener's online. Heat levels are now to the point where they're burning the hull. Are we going to hit the ground? I don't want to hit the ground. Holy crap, there she goes. What's the bridge look like right now? All right, bridge is doing okay. I am starting to see some smoke and... Okay, go third person. We can't see anything. Switch to third person, quick. She's not doing it. We're gonna have to switch to spectator cam. I think we may have lost control. There we go. We impacted on the surface. That's a no-go. No, we haven't. Turn on the UI. Everything is so laggy right now. When I tried this earlier, it actually ran pretty well. I wonder if the flames have burned off something important. Let's go ahead and continue to accelerate, because I noticed that our temperature isn't coming down. And something is maybe broken off and is flowing through the ship, so it's causing a lot of physics calculations. Are we just dragging? No, we're in the air. I think we hit one of the mountains when I was inside the cockpit. You can see the hull breaching on multiple sides. Oh, crap! She is burning up. How's the bridge look? Oh, we've got fire on the bridge. Fire on the bridge. Accelerate some more. We still have engines on in the back, so I'm gonna turn them on, and let's get a full acceleration. Inertial dampener's offline, because it may be trying to fight against itself. Oh, that's ridiculous. That looks really cool, though. Oh, that's legit. It's lighting up the ground with the explosions. We're almost to the sunny side of the map, too. Or sunny side of the planet. It looks like I've lost... Yeah, I have lost any kind of gyro control as of now. I can't rotate the ship at all, so she is in this weird, like, free fall. There goes the back end of the ship. Has just fallen off. Let's see if we can get a spectator cam view of this. Wait a minute, what's that? What's that flaming ball of wreckage there? I think we found it. And we're about to hit the mountain range. I found it just in time to find the mountain range. Oh, Space Engineers, how are you gonna handle this impact? I'm sure it'll be fine. It like hit the back and is now spinning out of control. Oh, wow, look at the fires. Because the heat's still there. Oh, it's just collapsing the metal now. The detonations. Let's see if the bridge is still intact. I'm gonna switch to my bridge. Oh, it's fine. And this is right here, the argument for having your bridge deep in the bowels of your ship. Not on deck one, not on some arm way at the top of the whole system. No. Deep in the bowels of the ship. And I have to give complete props to Space Engineers for surviving that impact. This is right here. You see the flames? Oh no. Oh, it must have cooled down. Let's turn on. No, heat levels are over 800 still. Yeah, it's cooled down enough to where the flames had stopped. But I was about to say, having that atmospheric friction effect and then having the ship continue to burn when you crash, that is really freaking cool. I think she's gonna settle. All right, guys, well, once again, I've destroyed a separatist battleship on my channel. This is actually a really cool build. You do have to do a little bit of work to make it run a little smoother. I recommend if you load up the map, copy and paste it and then you'll be able to. But like I said, the weapon systems on board right now for the mod that it's using are a little OP, and there's just so many of them that it makes it almost impossible to use for a real combat engagement. Well, not in this version, because as you can see, all of the weapons, no, not all of them, there's actually 2 still here. Most of the weapons on the outer hull burned off, except for these 2. That's weird. It's running really good now. I think we're 1.0 sim speed. I like that we spotted it. Look how big that ship is. All right, guys, if you enjoyed the video, hit the thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel for more sci-fi modding, gaming, goodness, and Space Engineers content. And I will see you guys next time. Later, everybody.